up, bro? Okay, today we're going to be talking about prep the night before a long run. So if there's one thing I've learned with coaching athletes for over 10 years and then just being an athlete myself, it's that to help me have a successful long run, and not just the run itself, but the day, is all the prep work that goes into that day. Because what will happen during baseball and football season for us is we're at tournaments basically almost every weekend. And that means that sometimes we are out the door by 8 a.m. and we will be at the baseball field for 9 hours that day. I cannot go out and do a 2-hour long run at 5 a.m. and go into a 9-hour day at the baseball field unprepared, because what that will mean is exhaustion, dehydration, not feeling well, being irritable, living at the concession stand, and not recovering from the 2-hour run that I just did. So in order to not let that happen and to recover fast and to just have a good experience, not just for me, but for my kids too, I have to go into it prepared. So there's a lot that I tend to do on Friday to set up my Saturday when I am training for half and full marathon. So that's kind of what I wanted to walk you through tonight. And I know this is like such a cliche phrase, but honestly, it's very, very accurate. If you fail to plan, then plan on failing. I had to think about it for a second. You got to plan, you guys. You got to prep. You got to you have to do everything else that comes along with marathon training. It's not just about getting the miles in. There's so much more to marathon training, or I'm half marathon training right now. I will be marathon training here shortly, but there's so much more that goes into training for endurance races. It's not just the miles. Like, that's just a small piece of it. That's a small piece. If you cannot fuel and recover the right way, then you don't, to support the training, then you don't belong training the way that you are. And so in order for me to be training at the level that I'm at, I have to do all this prep work, because I am a busy working mom of 3 with kids in multiple travel sports, and that's crazy. So I wanted to take you along. It is currently 4:15 p.m. on a Friday night. I'm about to start cooking dinner, which will also show you how I use that into my Saturday lunches. And we've got baseball practice tonight. So I need to get doing this now so I can get everybody fed to baseball practice. And then after baseball practice, I will show you some of the things that I do around here to get myself ready to go into Saturday early morning, just ready to rip it. I've got a 12-mile treadmill run that I'm going to do tomorrow morning, and I will be doing it early to get the majority of it done before the kids wake up. So we're going to get up early, and I'll take you through my long run workout tomorrow. It's kind of a workout. It's a progression run, but I'll take you along for my run, and then my post-run breakfast tomorrow morning. I will show you kind of what I do tonight to make sure that I can go into tomorrow's long run having a breakfast ready to go, so I don't have to think about it. And that way, when children jump on me the second I get in for my long run, I know exactly what I'm eating. You should know what you're eating for your post-run breakfast before your run even starts. That's what I plan to share with you guys right now. So before we do that, though, let's cook dinner. I like to get the steak stir-fry tips. That way they're already sliced thin, and I just kind of like cut them up into bite size, and I'll sprinkle them with some salt and pepper, and then I will cook them on the stovetop in olive oil. I already have a whole thing of rice made from the other night, so we're just going to eat it with that. Normally I would do like the steamable rice microwave packets, but I made like actual basmati rice on the stovetop the other night, and we got a lot of that, so we're just going to use that. Sometimes the kids will eat rice, sometimes they won't. So what I do for them on nights when we're eating rice is I usually just make some buttered pasta. Also, what I will cook with this steak is always, always, always peppers and onions. So when you eat peppers with steak, peppers are really high in vitamin C, and they will help your body absorb the iron from the red meat better. I always will cook the steak in here. I'll take it out, and then I'll just throw in some chopped up peppers and onions right here, and I'll saute those up until they're soft. And I throw it all in a bowl, and I will show you the finished product. Pieces. Okay, hot, please. Here, these ones, the big ones. Okay.
Thank you for the balloons, and I want to catch it.
I gotta get you ketchup. Just give me a second. Chuck, I'll get milk.
Oh, for fun.
Amen. Caleb. So on Friday nights, Bobby goes straight from work to CrossFit to baseball. So I get all 3 kids to baseball. And so I will bring Bobby dinner, and he will eat it at baseball because he's very hungry after CrossFit. And usually he will go and stay with Caleb, and then I will go back home with the other 2 kids and start putting them to bed and getting that whole process going. So that's usually what we do on Friday nights. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the remaining rice and the remaining steak from dinner, and I'm going to make myself a bowl. This will be my lunch for tomorrow. Yes. Usually Friday nights we always do spaghetti and meatballs because I love having that as my dinner the night before a long run, but Bobby specifically requested steak and rice because he was doing the open workout tonight at the gym. I just doubled up on the rice, and it's 12 miles. It's not like it's like a 20-mile run where I really want like all the extra carbs, so we'll be okay.
So now I'm just going to walk you through the other things that I do to prep myself for a long run. So tomorrow I was going to be running on the treadmill. So I had a workout to do. So I had to write down my treadmill paces and speeds so I knew exactly what to do on the treadmill. So I put that on a Post-it note. I also set out my entire breakfast. So bowl, spoon, I did oats. I put some banana in it. I like to put some honey in it, and I like to put some brown sugar in it. I just set everything out so it's just super easy to grab. I also make sure that I have my breakfast ready to go. I've got some fresh eggs from a neighbor, and I've got some frozen waffles all set there that I will do, and I'll also do it with some sausages, so just knowing exactly what my breakfast is going to be before it begins. I also make sure everything is charged, my headphones, my watch, any sort of electronic devices that I'm going to be using. I just make sure I plug everything in and everything has a charge before the next morning. I also always make my coffee the night before, and I set it on a timer so by the time that I wake up, it is ready to go so I can have a fresh hot cup of coffee. I also set out all of my gels and my fuel. I really love this G1M Sport by BPN. It's a carb drink. I always have Scratch in my water bottle, and then the gels that I really like to use are the Go Gels by BPN. So I like to set all those aside. I will fill up my blender bottle. This is what I'll put the G1M Sport in. And so I just fill it up and have it. And I really just kind of like to set everything aside in a pile so there's no fumbling through the cupboard in the morning time. I also set up all of the videos and YouTube videos that I wanted to watch on the treadmill. So I put some on my watch list, and so I wasn't trying to figure that out in the morning. So that was all good to go. The next thing that I do is I set out all of my clothes in my bathroom, everything, socks, hat, all of it. But that's about it. That's a lot of prep work that I do before the long runs, but honestly, that really is what sets me up for success on a Saturday morning. And then when I wake up, I come downstairs and I'm ready to rock and roll. I've got my breakfast set aside, my coffee's made, all of my fuel is ready to go. So it's so many less excuses as to why I should not start my run. The first thing I do right away is make my breakfast. I get that in first things first. I also drink some water, and then I'll drink on my coffee. I'll sit around and let that digest a little bit before I actually start my long run, and then it's go time.